Happy New Year! It's 164!
The Ultimate Deck Podcast. Need a show about outdoor living? This is where it's at. With your hosts, Shane Chapman and Wade Loren.
And Bryce.
Thank you for tuning in. Now let the show begin. 2022. The Ultimate Deck Podcast. Let's go.
Welcome to the first episode of 2022. Being recorded in 2021.
Talking about 2021.
Yeah, whoops. Not much for starting with a clean slate here, are we?
We start by looking back.
So here's what happened. If you were around on December 16th on Instagram, you saw that we recorded a whole bunch of episodes because our store closes for about 2 weeks over Christmas. We always take off like just before Christmas till just after New Year's.
I just want to say that you took a real chance saying that word, being Canadian.
Which word?
About.
About? I really emphasized it. About 2 weeks. About 2. And then we realized today was like, holy smokes, well, we don't want to break our weekly release of the podcast. Therefore, we have to pre-record these because nobody wants to come in during Christmas break to record the podcast.
That's not what we were like. It's not that we don't want to break it. We're like, people need this.
Oh, right.
They need us in their ears over a Christmas break.
With how the world's gone these last couple of years, we don't want to be the reason for another riot.
No. And it would happen.
100% it would happen.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not here. Maybe not there, but somewhere, if we didn't release a weekly podcast.
I mean, rumors are there was a riot at Deck Expo this year without us there.
That's what I heard.
That's what I heard too.
Through the grapevine.
Yep.
Mitcon Deck says not going to get anything done today. I don't know if he's talking about us or him, but agreed. So, Bryce, I know this is coming out on January 1st. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
We're time traveling. It's December 16th right now. So what are you doing? Like, what do you have planned for Christmas? Are you going anywhere?
No, I'm going to the family cabin for an eve or a day, not even an evening.
For one evening to the family
cabin?
Day. One day.
One day.
Okay.
Spend with my parents.
Yes.
And then do the Christmas thing and food there, and then come home and relax.
Like you're just going, it's just a day trip?
It's just a day trip.
There and then back?
It's like 20 minutes away.
No overnighters.
No overnighters at all.
Okay.
We have
like, is that normal for you?
Yes.
Okay. So my normal Christmas involves usually like a South Saskatchewan tour of like hitting up my family's place, my in-laws' place, all over the place. And this year's no different. What's up?
It's Tyler.
We got Tyler here from Queen City Deck and Rail. You gonna come join the podcast or what?
He's being really quiet.
What are you up to?
We just finished a job.
He just finished a job. Do you want to tell the people about it? Or what?
Not really. It's really cold out there.
Tyler is one of the guys who like builds decks all winter, and today is cold. It's like minus 20 today, isn't it?
Minus 36 this morning.
Yeah, it was cold this morning. Minus 20, 25 plus the wind chill.
Whole day to be working on a deck, but you did it, eh?
That's right.
Signed off on her. Good. What about New Year's? Any plans for New Year's?
Do I have any plans for New Year's? No.
Zero.
I don't do anything on New Year's. What about you?
How do you feel about weddings on New Year's Eve?
Don't even get me started. I hate New Year's weddings.
Why?
Well, it's expensive to get like childcare for one thing.
Do the rates go up on New Year's Eve?
Like, did you never babysit?
No. Well, did I ever babysit?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't recall.
I charged ridiculous amounts when I used to babysit on New Year's.
You did?
Yeah. It was like $300
You're
for a
awful.
night.
I don't remember setting my rate when I was young babysitting. I remember just
showing up.
Yeah, and the people who hired you would decide what they're going to pay you. I feel like that's how it went for me.
Oh yeah.
Like I didn't tell them like it's $5 a kid per hour. I wasn't there. It was just like, can you babysit? Sure. And then at the end of the night, be like, I wonder how much I'm going to get paid.
I used to get 3 or 4 calls for New Year's babysitting. And so it was
really?
It was a battle for price.
Did you auction your services off?
No. I was like, are you going to pay me $300?
Shut up.
Yeah.
You never made $300 a night.
Yeah, I did. Plus
you
tips.
made $300 a night babysitting?
Plus tips for New Year's.
What? What do you mean plus tips?
Well, sometimes they get home, they're like, they
You
just
would
got
charge-
home from New Year's.
You would charge somebody $300 they would pay you and then think they owed you a tip on top of that?
Yeah. Well, they wouldn't think. They would just do it.
When was this? It was like 1995.
I'm not that old.
How old are
Or
you?
that young. It would have been like 97, 98 that I would have been babysitting.
Yeah, that's like $600 in today's dollars.
Yeah. It was expensive.
This blows my mind. Why are you working here?
We can't do that anymore.
Well, why can't you do it anymore?
Well, it's only one night. I can't support my family on that.
So
That's
what was your
I said? It's
what
New
was your
Year's rate.
regular rate?
Oh, my regular rate was like it's usually about $60 or $70 a night, depending on how many kids.
Jeez. You're a thief for
Yeah,
one.
well.
For one, marks up his rates that much on New Year's Eve. But so I don't feel like I ever made that kind of money babysitting.
Yeah, well, obviously people didn't want your services.
People in Estevan were cheap. I feel like I'd make like $40 a night,
That's not bad though.
$60 maybe.
You're older than I am. That's probably like $300 in '98.
I'm not that much older. I would have been also babysitting around like 1995. But I feel like if I took home $60 a night, that was a good night.
Yep.
Like $300.
It was New Year's, man.
That's crazy. I didn't know that there's that much opportunity on New Year's Eve, or else I would have been out there babysitting on New Year's Eve.
I used to have like 4 families I was babysitting for.
That's crazy. I feel like often I was at my extended family's house on New Year's Eve. We actually celebrated it when I was a kid.
Right.
We'd stay up to midnight, and that was the fun thing. So I wasn't babysitting. I was partying. But anyways, for the last, I don't know, 15 years, I've done nothing.
Have you ever paid a babysitter on New Year's?
No, I haven't. I don't think so.
Me neither.
And I won't now. But I always felt like people that put weddings on New Year's Eve, I was like, come on, man. Like,
Yeah.
I got plans that I
got
want to do my
plans.
own thing.
No, you don't.
And then this year, I've never actually been invited to a New Year's Eve wedding, I don't think, till this year. Now I have a wedding on New Year's. And my attitude is the same. I was like, that's a selfish time to have that. And then I was like,
I've been to 3.
I've had no plans
So.
for 2 decades on New Year's Eve.
Until-
I'm not doing anything. At least now I have plans.
Now you have plans.
So I don't even know what I was grumpy about.
I don't understand New Year's weddings for a couple of reasons. So the one thing is everybody else has to pay for childcare generally. And number 2, it's expensive for you to do a wedding on New Year's.
I wouldn't know. Never ever tried one on New Year's. I haven't tried getting married on New Year's yet.
If you think hall rates are expensive,
Yeah,
the rest of the year,
They get you on New Year's Eve.
oh yeah,
See, but so they probably do in the middle of summer too, which would also be an incredibly busy time to book a wedding size
yeah.
venue.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, that's true.
Maybe New Year's Eve isn't any worse. Maybe get a deal on New Year's Eve.
What are they doing for the midnight lunch?
Don't know.
You don't know?
Nope.
Oh,
I'm
that's
hoping
always
it's
my
like
favorite thing.
Mucho burrito or something.
I went to one where they had Boston pizzas. And I was like, that's pretty good because they ordered like 75 pizzas.
At Boston pizzas aren't cheap.
I know.
That's a big bill right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I hope so you're doing nothing. Well, if you
I'm gonna
you wanna babysit, let me know.
Stay with my 10-year-old and watch the. I don't know who's on TV anymore.
I don't know. Ryan Seacrest.
Ryan Seacrest.
I think he's the guy now, yeah.
Anderson Cooper, I heard, is gonna do one too.
Is he?
I don't
Whatever.
know where
I don't
that
care.
guy is.
He was in Regina recently. Anderson
Cooper?
Yes. Actually, not in Regina. Some small town around here. For some reason, somebody's like, we just spotted Anderson Cooper. He was doing some, I don't remember what it was about, but he was up
the
here.
potash thing.
Maybe.
Because like James Cameron bought a potash mine or fertilizer plant or
I don't even know.
something like that. Anyways,
Regardless, we're going to skip to this now because that's 9 minutes of bullshit.
right. I mean, this whole thing is
So what we're talking about today, and don't get your hopes up, but we're talking about 7 times in 2021 that our little old decking industry broke into pop culture,
the memes of the decking industry.
made it into the media, and
Beyond.
let the world know that the decking industry is not one to be messed with. I don't know.
I don't know about that. Maybe.
Okay, so the first
Do
thing
it.
we're going to talk about is
What happened?
Well, there's this triple rivalry that's happening between like TimberTech,
Yeah.
Trex,
Yeah.
the big two dogs, and Decorators, this up and coming brand.
The underdog.
Well, that's how it is portrayed, but they're actually like a massive company, and the Deckers brand's been around for a long time, so it's not like they're really the underdog. By market share and decking, sure, like they're the ones that are like quickly growing. But I guess like the point is, these three have not ever been and will never be friends.
Never ever will they be friends.
Speaking of friends,
HBO.
did you watch the Friends reunion this year?
Sure did.
And
What's his name? Not Joey. Who's the other one? Chandler.
Chandler?
Man, that guy looked rough.
There was a lot of chatter
That
about
was
him afterwards.
rough, Chandler.
Because he has a history of being on the boop boop.
They say he doesn't even remember a whole season.
Seriously?
He was like on set and
He was blitzed that whole time?
blitzed the whole time.
Yikes. Yeah, I feel bad for that guy. They said that during the Friends reunion, he was, I don't know if this is PR, but they're like, he had dental work done earlier that day, and they thought he was like, he was a little bit worked up from that. Right? On the, like, people have been waiting for this reunion for 20 years, and you have dental work the day of the reunion. So I don't know, but I watched it, and I don't think he was tripping out as bad as people were saying he was, but he was a little awkward.
Normal.
He was a little awkward on there, that's for sure. How about who let themselves go the most from the days of the show to now?
Oh, Joey?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You know what? People were
Dude's a
saying
straight up silver fox with a beer gut.
He looks like everyone's grandpa.
He still looks good. Still
Oh,
a
yeah.
good looking man.
Exactly.
But like,
You know
he's
he
just the
used
one
to.
that's aged the most.
Yeah.
The women
They all look the same.
hardly aged at all.
Yeah.
Like they all look really good still.
Yep.
And even Ross, the
Yeah,
dude hasn't
Ross
really
hasn't
aged a
changed
whole
at
lot.
all.
Right? And then it was fun to find out that Ross and Rachel actually had like a crush on each other during the show.
Was
And
that your favorite part?
That was my favorite part, yeah. See, the funny thing is I never watched Friends back then.
Oh, I
I've
was gonna
watched it
say.
more since.
What was your favorite Friends episode?
I don't know, the one where that's how they all
Good
started,
one.
right? I don't remember, but somebody needs, TC Dex on the Instagram says somebody needs to tell Timbertech Jeff to listen to this episode. Yeah, Timbertech Jeff. He doesn't like those other guys. Not
Timbertech
very friendly.
Jeff, nope.
Anyway, another thing happened this year. There were some
What
new
else
colors.
happened? What
New
else
colors
happened?
that came
New
out
colors,
this
okay.
year. Deck Expo was in what, October? No,
Yep.
November. We never made it down.
Oh yeah, and they rioted.
Yeah, there wasn't much for new things mentioned there. Some of the vendors weren't even there, but there was the odd new color that came out from like Deckers announced a new color while they were down there. I don't know if anybody else did, but like Monodeck was there with their new
Right.
stuff. So
Yep.
there's some. Have you ever the
New colors.
Decorators
Yeah.
releases Sedona? It's a new color in there. It's kind of in between Costa and Mesa. Have you ever wondered like how they color the boards?
Yeah, how do they like slightly change the color? Like what do they put in there to color the boards? Is it like ink or something like that?
Yeah, it's got to be an ink or dye of some sort. Do you know where ink comes from?
Not all ink, but I've heard it comes from squid.
Squids.
They use it to get away from things.
Like they actually use the ink to like in manufacturing?
do they?
I don't know. But speaking of squids, did you watch Squid Game this year?
Who didn't? It was the world's like
Number
biggest
one
Netflix
show.
show ever.
Like number one in every country ever.
It was Korean.
And
It was fantastic.
did you love it?
I loved it. I thought it was really well done. What about you?
Well, my 14-year-old, of course, is like way more on top of the stuff than I am, and so he was watching it, and
He's got free time.
so I was passively saw that there was some show he was watching, and the cover art alone made me curious about it. I was like, I actually said to him one day, I was like, what is this? It looks like it could be kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, it's whatever. He probably told me it was Squid Game at the time, but that meant zero to me at the time. So I was like, whatever. And then all of a sudden, like a week or two later, I start hearing all about Squid Game, and it's like,
Yeah.
you have to watch this. And all of a sudden, people I know are like, you haven't watched it? Are you crazy?
That's Wade. He was
Right?
like right at the beginning.
And so I'm like, well, now I got to watch it. And so I watch it. And for a guy who normally cannot stand watching subtitled anything,
Yeah.
I actually really enjoyed it. I don't understand the worldwide hysteria. It wasn't like, I wasn't blown off my couch and like woke up every day and be like, what happened? Like it wasn't
just Squid Game. Oh, I need to know.
It was really good.
Yeah, it was good. It was great.
But the fact that it's like like number one worldwide phenomenon was a little bit weird to me. But like it caught virality.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it did. Everyone was
not
standing in line,
yeah.
wanting to watch it.
Yeah,
If
you got
didn't
suckered
watch
into it. Yeah, was it the best show on TV this year? Probably not.
Oh yeah, that's because you like Yellowstone.
Yellowstone's so good. So good.
What was your
anyways.
favorite Squid Game?
Oh boy, I don't remember if I remember them all. Like, I have a hard time not saying the first one because it was the one for me with the most shock value.
That
Because I
was
didn't really know what the
impact.
yeah.
Yeah.
Red light, green light, boom. And it's like, holy smokes.
Yep. Now you know what
We're
this is
going
about.
here.
I really, really liked the glass bridge one where they had to jump between plate.
That one was cool.
That was cool.
And that one was most relatable to me too, because they're like, you have to figure out which one's tempered, which one's not. So there was a bit of a decking tie-in.
Regal Crystal Rail
Yeah.
or not?
Yeah, I was like, that's interesting. How do you tell from a distance which one's tempered and which one's not? I hope I'm about to learn right now.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't.
Did you see that one of the biggest YouTube stars, Mr. Beast, did a real life Squid Games for charity?
No.
Yeah, he did.
What?
They recreated.
What is a real life Squid Game?
They use like paintballs and
Oh, okay.
yeah,
I'll have to look that up. I didn't see that. No.
yeah. Anyways.
Anyway, another big announcement from Deck Expo this year was the clip drive from Camel.
Oh yeah,
They came out with a new gun,
sweet little tube.
like similar to the old gun. Just it does less features.
It does one thing. It's a step backwards.
Not often that you release a product is like this one does less. Oh, great! But the Camel clips themselves have become like a bit of a phenomenon.
It's like a Swiss Army knife. That's just a knife.
Yeah, but people love the clips. They're so fast and easy to put down.
Yep.
It's literally like people will switch brands of decking to be able to use those clips. It's crazy. One of the things I like aside from the ease of install, I like the consistent gap that they give between the boards.
Right.
Which, good call. 3/16 of an inch I've always thought was the perfect size gap.
It's almost the size that you could get a ship through.
Well, it's not that big. 1/4 inch gaps.
Oh,
you'd get,
okay. Okay.
So an 1/8 inch is too small. In my
1/8
opinion.
inches too small.
Way too small. You know what's also way too narrow?
What?
You referenced it. The Suez Canal.
Way too. Okay, who tries and turns a ship around in the canal?
I don't like what was the story there?
Mike
exactly?
Myers was driving the ship, and thought he was on the set of Austin Powers.
But like, but really, what happened there?
It was a current. The current picked up, and the wind picked up, and it blew the ship sideways. And then it was stuck.
And then they find out that the captain wasn't super experienced or something, and like
Oh yeah.
a little bit of asleep at the wheel, and
He was stuck there
and
for a
you-
while.
You park like this isn't like you get your car stuck in a back alley. No, this stopped trillions of dollars worth of commerce in the world
Yeah.
because you didn't steer properly. Pretty big
Yeah.
deal.
Not only did all the stuff not get off your ship, but every other ship behind you.
Like I feel like that was one of the most remarkable stories of the year. It was just so weird that it happened.
Believe it.
Right? And then they
So you
showed
see pictures.
the pictures of like the little backhoe trying to dig out a
yeah.
ship that's 7 million times bigger than it. It's like, I don't know that that's going to work, guys. Like when we build ships that big, we should also build tractors that big to get them out of tight
Yeah,
spaces.
Yeah. Or maybe we should just not drive them through the Suez Canal.
Yeah, make the canal bigger, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like with decking, you got to identify the perfect size gap. And
That's right.
clearly,
You need the
however
perfect
wide that
size
canal was, it was not the perfect size gap.
No, not at all.
This is the time of year that this is so stupid.
Wow.
This is the time of year, Bryce, when a lot of bookings happen.
Lots of
We do all of
bookings.
our inventory booking for the following year. So
Yep.
right now, the winter bookings. You know what? A couple of them came so early that I thought the whole industry was going to go very early this year. We're going to get bookings early. But what I'm finding is that there are actually a lot of them are coming quite late. There's a bunch that I haven't seen yet. There's a whole whack that I just got like 2 days ago. So
And
we're
it's
like,
Christmas, guys.
yeah, it's Christmas. So I was like,
off.
I got these early ones in like late August. I was like, holy smokes, early start this year. I was like, I guess it's all happening early this year. But then no, then it was quiet for a bit. Now they're all coming out late.
Yep.
Regardless, this time of year is like when you start booking all your material, and like this is when the negotiating happens a little bit. You try to like see if you can get a little bit better price on something, see if you can get a little bit terms on something.
Yep.
And I really, really like it. First of all,
is that because you like doing that negotiation thing?
no, I just like, this is a feeling out process to find out who you can have a good relationship with. Sometimes it isn't about what you're going to get. Sometimes it's not about the 1%. It's about who's willing to work with me and cares enough about my business to support us and like try to work with us.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So my first preference is somebody who presents to you an incredibly fair deal that you don't even feel like you have to negotiate on. You're like, you know what? I appreciate that. You thought about our needs already.
Right.
You've offered us something that we probably would have that we appreciate.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving us something above and beyond.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to try to negotiate with you. Like, that's fair, what you've just done right there.
Yeah.
Then there's ones that present stuff that's like, that you'd like to massage a little bit. And sometimes
what you call it?
Yeah. And sometimes you ask and they're like, yep, we'll work with you. And then that's okay too.
Okay.
That's okay too.
Right.
What I don't like
Is
when they produce a offer that's only benefits them.
Yep.
And then when you ask for a little bit of something, they refuse. That's just the way we do it. Sorry. Like, no,
Cool.
we're massive, you're not, so you'll play by our rules. We don't care. If like that kind of attitude really bugs me. So I don't like when there's no flex, creates an unhealthy relationship, much
Super
like
unhealthy. Much like
Britney Spears and her father.
I can't believe you connected that.
Big story this year.
Yeah. Did you watch any of the documentaries about it before it happened?
No, I didn't. And there's some out there that I want to watch. But no, I haven't watched the documentaries yet. Are they
Free
good?
Britney. Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah. So this whole scenario is just kind of wild to me that she was
Yeah.
under that kind of like, she was talking about babysitting on New Year's Eve. She's been babysat her whole life. And like, she's one of the most successful musicians of the last 30 years. And basically was like, she didn't get to enjoy any of her success.
No, not at all.
She was completely kept within a financial cage and not allowed to like make her own decisions as an adult because
A full cage, not even a full cage.
right? Because she went off the rocker for a little bit there, like as a lot of people in that kind of position do, like that wears on a person. But to be under this conservatorship for that long after that even is just wild. And then this year they're trying to go through the process of releasing her from that, and it's like it was not a for sure thing that it was going to even happen.
No.
It's like, how is this still a thing? How are they
is it
going to
even
rule against this
possible?
still? Like, just wild.
It seemed crazy. It seemed
Did seem
crazy that
crazy.
it even got put into place.
Yeah. And now, like, I see some of the stuff that she's posting on Instagram and whatnot, and she's like,
You could tell who's got a hold of Instagram.
she's celebrating. Like, she just, and people said, like, expect to see this. Expect when she gets released from that, she's gonna be a little bit wild again or whatever. Like, and people are gonna be like, she's crazy again, and like it's coming off that way. But like, people are like, this is what happens when you're under somebody's control for so long and you get freed. You just kind of like go wild for a little bit. So that's happening. So it's
and who cares?
interesting.
Who cares? Like, why do we care?
100%. Like, who gives a shit?
Good job, Brittany.
Yeah. Like,
Good job for
her.
having millions of dollars.
Exactly. One of the biggest stories that's happening in the last little bit here is the flooding that's happening out in British Columbia.
Fires, flooding,
massive flooding.
mudslides.
Like, it's basically
name it.
knocked out access to the lower mainland of BC, is like flooded, and the roads and rail and everything was shut down. Like, people
Where
were
the
stranded,
shipping comes from.
couldn't get in or out. And some of the product that we get comes from there. Like, some of the product ships out of, like, from Regal, for example, ships out of
Yep.
Delta, BC. Speaking of Delta,
Speaking of what
Delta
else was
variant.
Delta variant, COVID-19.
Oh, did that happen this year again? I thought that was going to be over in 2020.
Oh, it never ended.
And now we're on to the next, right? Delta, just when I started to get friendly with Delta.
Oh yeah, now we're on to Megatron.
Yeah, Megatron.
Is that what it is?
I think that's the one. Yeah. So, like, I don't know. I was really, everybody was really hopeful that we finished 2020 and that 2021 was going to be like back to normal. A lot of people were hopeful for that. We're going to have a normal summer. Trade shows going to be back. The industry's going to be back to normal. None of that happened
No.
because Delta variant happened.
Do you feel like it's gotten a little like easier though? Like maybe it didn't happen like everybody wanted it to happen. The Band-Aid didn't get ripped off, but are we I feels like we're moving upward regardless.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a slow
like,
incline.
they're like, they give it back and then they pull it back a little bit, right? It's kind of 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay,
like, we're not, the restrictions we get put on aren't as severe as they used to be, but it's still kind of like no masking. Okay. Mask again.
Yep.
But you're still allowed to have events. Like, they give you a bit and then I don't know what to expect, man. Now Omicron, and they're talking about like Ontario's getting shut down again with large events, or at least half capacity for large events. Like that's eventually going to probably work its way over here.
This just feels like the longest year ever.
Yeah, 2
Everything-
years now.
everything that we've
Entering
mentioned-
3 years,
Everything that we've mentioned today, I forgot happened.
right?
And Britney Spears just got released.
Yeah. And she came out and was like, "What? COVID?" So pretty wild year. I don't even care to talk about this one anymore. I'm done with Delta.
Bye, Delta.
Right. One of the
Biggest stories of the year?
biggest stories of the year. No. One of the things we get asked most often in the decking world, there's certain features and benefits about composite deck boards that people care about.
Yeah.
How hot does it get? The color obviously is one, the warranty, and scratch resistance. And so there's not one perfect board out there that scores the best in all of those categories. So you've really got to figure out what people value. Like, do you value the realistic coloring over the heat retention? Do you value the scratch resistance over the traction?
Right.
Etc. But for some people, if you're a animal lover, you might have large pets that you want to know, like which one's going to hold up if I have a big dog. Speaking of dogs, Brace.
Dogs?
Yeah.
Like Shiba Inus?
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of.
Did you ever get into the Dogecoin thing?
Sure did.
You did?
I got lots of it.
And how's that going for you?
It's going not great. I haven't made any money.
Are you down? Or are you
No,
just kind
I'm
of
not
floating?
down. I'm just floating at the like.
Oh, yeah?
I usually buy in the low, so
Yeah. So I by the time I finally got an app to cooperate with me and my financials, I bought in late. So I'm also like, I think I'm down a bit in my Dogecoin.
it's been a rough month, I think.
Yeah, I bought in a really bad time because everything's kind of down over this last month or two. And that's when I bought in. But I tried really hard to buy in early, especially in Dogecoin when it was starting. Like every time it was like the first couple times that Elon said something, it spiked. I was like, oh boy, like what if this did even like a fraction of what Bitcoin did? Like even if it got to a penny, like that would be remarkable. And what if it got to $1? Like you could fricking flip a lot of money. And so I tried really, really, really hard. I talked to Fraser, I talked to Wade. I was like, you guys, like, I don't know, man. This Dogecoin thing is like, I feel like this is worth throwing a few bucks at. And they both were kind of clueless to it. And I'm like, I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to put like $500 on it. And they're like, well, if you do it, like put 100 in for me too. And each of them wanted to throw in $100. And I was like, sounds good. I tried my damnedest to get some cryptocurrency app to like allow me to fund it out of my bank account or transfer or any type of transfer. And I couldn't.
You couldn't even get
just
in.
figure them out.
No.
So I never got a chance to buy it. Then the frickin' thing did surge.
Exploded.
Because when I wanted to buy, it was like 0.00 whatever 5, and it was like, and it ended up getting up to what 38 cents.
I think the highest it got to was 47 cents.
Yeah,
or something like that.
close to half a buck.
Yep.
I would have turned that $500 into $50,000 if I would have cashed out at its peak.
Yep.
And I
Even if you'd have cashed out now,
right.
you still.
And
would be.
I tried, and I couldn't make it happen. And then when I finally got an app that would work for me, and I funded it, and then I was like, well,
The
probably the roller coaster's over, but I'll buy it anyway, and I'm down like $20.
story of the year is the guy in Dogecoin that from Connecticut put $8,000 in January.
Wild.
In January though. So, but he left it all in there. It's still in there. So he, at his highest, he was at like $1 billion,
Like-
and now he's down to like, or not $1 billion, like $100 million. And
Why
now-
would you not cash some of that out at some point?
I think he cashed a little bit of it out, but
Like if I put in $8,000, I'm at $1 billion. I'm taking out a few $1 million out of that, just in case. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, take out half of it, man.
yeah.
Dumbass.
Might save him though, because with it going down and him leaving it in there, it'll look good on his tax returns because he lost a bunch of money in investments.
Sure.
Anyways,
Any other coins that you're like hot on? When I finally found a way to get money into it, I picked up some Dogecoin, picked up some Shiba Inu, picked up some Ethereum and some Bitcoin.
Yeah,
Like
so-
I'm not in for much.
like Ethereum
$500.
and XRP are kind of I'm banking on XRP because they're in a big lawsuit with the SEC down in the States.
Right.
But if they win, holy
Rice
smokes,
retires.
it's over.
Well, that's good. one other story that came out of Deck Expo was so this is a couple years old now, but TimberTech was one of the first to come out with these multi-width decking planks. So like narrow width, wide width, and then Decorators kind of followed suit as well. I believe that's the order it went in. But Decorators has taken it a step further. They've now got 3.5 inch wide planks, 5.5 inch, 7.25, 9.25, and now they finally, my request from last couple of years, do an 11.25, make it a stair tread. They finally did that.
That's a huge board, man.
So now you've got these, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 widths of the same colors of deck board. So with Tundra, for example, that we're leaning on here,
We're leaning on
you
it.
have 5 different widths you could play around with. Combine it with all the colors they have and the widths of those colors.
Yeah.
And like,
What could you
you've
make?
basically got yourself an open world sandbox here. You could create whatever you want out of these deck boards. You know where else you can create whatever you want, Bryce?
The metaverse.
The metaverse. How's this for a story in 2021?
Well, this is a wild story. I don't even think I fully understand what's
I don't
happening.
fully understand it either. I'm trying to understand it. I made my first step into it. Well, not the first step, but the ones who've coined this, like brought this to like
Facebook.
virality was Facebook because they renamed themselves to it, to Meta. But it really started to gain traction. That word became like infamous overnight because of that. And but I don't understand. There's all these other platforms that are like considered these like metaverse universes things that I don't really understand. Decentraland and the Sandbox and these things, whatever. And I'm sitting back going like, yeah, but when is Facebook going to do the one that they were talking about? And then they did. They released it on their on the Oculus platform.
Yeah,
so I downloaded it the other night and I got in there.
You went into the verse.
I went into the verse a little bit. Man,
How
I'm
do you
just
feel
scratching
about
the
it?
surface. I don't know. I went in there. I threw some paper airplanes around.
Oh yeah.
I shot some bubble guns.
Did you buy any real estate?
I didn't buy any real estate, but that's the part that intrigues me. And so the other ones, like the PC ones, like the Decentraland and the Sandbox, I don't
Sandbox.
get them yet. Like I tried to sign on to them and it's like, here, we're going to set you up with an Ethereum account. And it's like, what? And it's like, would you like to buy some land for $108,000? What?
What?
How do I don't even know where to begin, but I feel like I'm missing out on something gigantic right now. And I just don't know where to go to start figuring it out. And I thought that whatever Facebook put out on Oculus would be like the easy to understand version of it. And I think that it probably is, but it's just like same thing, man. It's like landing on Earth for the first time. You've never been here before. And you've got a lot of shit to explore to understand what's on.
How do you even do things?
Right. So I'm lost in it all right now.
Yeah.
Where have you dabbled at all?
I've dabbled. I've never purchased anything. You pretty much have to be into crypto in order to purchase anything.
Right. And I feel like I'm just starting to understand the crypto stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
Slow down, everybody.
It's
Let
all,
me catch up
yeah,
here.
it's all the same thing and moving at a speed that is hard to understand.
Yeah. And then you throw in the NFT thing in there somewhere too.
I mean, NFTs are, they're just like crypto.
Right? Like it's all very, very confusing to me.
Yeah.
It's
been a year, man.
So
2021 was a year.
this was our non-episode episode. We're like, you know what? Let's just talk about cultural references from 2021 and try to tie them into the decking world a little bit. I think we did a decent job.
Do you know who we missed?
People are so confused right now, though. Who do you miss?
Biden in his mitts.
He made an appearance on our podcast.
He did. He sat right where I'm sitting.
Joe Biden. But it was kind of funny just like to Google back and be like, what happened in 2021? Because when you try to think back, you're like, I don't know, nothing.
And everything.
Delta, like COVID, dominated again.
It was another year of COVID.
Oh yeah, remember Suez Canal?
Yeah.
It was fun to kind of go back and think of how the year went. But thankfully that one's behind us. I also watched, we didn't put this on here, but I also watched the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion. Did you watch that one?
I did not watch that
Did
one.
not.
Was it good?
It was good. Yeah, I don't, it wasn't to the same fanfare that the Friends reunion was.
It was the first one though.
Was it before? But it was,
Yeah, it
was
was
it
the
even
first
from 2021 or is it older?
No, it's from 2021, but
Okay.
it was the first one.
So I thought it was really good. It was like a little bit sad because obviously Uncle Phil is no longer around. But it did shed some light on the whole what was the mom's name? And
I was trying to think about it the whole time. And
so the actress changed, right?
Right, she
After
changed from the first season to the second season.
And so there was always like the speculation about what happened there, but this kind of opened some light to it a little bit. And then they
had
the
both of them on there,
They were
right?
both there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it was interesting to kind of see that all play out and learn a bit about that story. and see Will Smith make up with the original actress who they had a feud going.
Oh yeah. There you
because
go.
she felt that Will Smith really kind of like threw her under the bus and like destroyed her career essentially.
Oh,
That was a big thing.
drama.
Yep, because she was there and then they like fired her or she left or something because of like not getting along or whatever. And then Will Smith basically came out and said that she's difficult to work with. And she's like saying that a dark-skinned black female in this industry is difficult to work with is a dagger in your career.
It's like the death sentence.
Yeah. So she's like that, like you ended my career by being careless with your words.
Ugh.
And
He
so
was
they had a
such a
giant
young
they hadn't
boy,
talked to each other
though.
for like 20 years. Yeah, I mean,
young.
he was like 19 when that show started
Yeah.
or something, and he wasn't even in acting. He was trying to rap with DJ Jazzy Jeff.
DJ Jazzy Jeff.
And there was, I can't remember who it was, Quincy Brown? Quincy, who like started the show.
Oh yeah. I don't know his name.
Like basically like said like, I've got an idea, you should come act, and like made him like rehearse one night at a party on like no warning.
No
And they
warning.
were like, you're the guy. And then like all of a sudden he was an actor.
Dun,
So,
dun, dun,
and
dun.
killed it.
He killed it.
Anyway, sorry to start the year off with a very non-related, but we just wanted to have some fun with it and review 2021 in a
It's a year in
non-decking world.
review. Yeah.
And tie it all together a little bit with that stuff.
We
And,
should
like,
become an entertainment podcast.
We should. Yeah, you're right. I enjoy talking about this more in decks sometimes. So
There you go.
anyways, happy 2022. If you haven't listened to the last episode yet to plan out your year, you should listen to that one and put some goals down.
Yeah, listen to that one
Follow some of that stuff.
first.
Yeah. And I hope you all had a great Christmas and New Year's break and time to get back at it and crush it this year, and looking forward to another exciting year.
Happy New Year 2022.
See you all next week.
Hey, thank you for listening to the Ultimate Deck Podcast. Now you know what we're about. Check the site, come and shop. UltimateDeckShop.com. Hit us right away for sponsorships or tell us if you want to collaborate. Let's go. Check us out on any social networks. Thank you for listening.